Thank you. Happy New Year to everyone. I trust that you had a restful and enjoyable break, and that you are now fired up and ready to go. Indeed, it's great to see everyone in this new year. And as I sat there, I thought about Edith Childs. You remember Edith Childs from Greenwood, South Carolina. President Barack Hussein Obama, the 44th, said that he wasn't always at the top of his game. He said that he remembers during the campaign season having to take an airplane to South Carolina. Got off the airplane, and before he could make it to the car, his umbrella malfunctioned, and he got totally soaked. Had to ride about an hour and a half down to the country, expected to get there and to see a huge crowd cheering Obama, Obama. But instead, he went into this gym, and upon arrival, there were only a few people there. He was somewhat depressed, Mr. President, because the crowd was not there. It was still raining, and he was somewhat in a gloomy attitude, if you would. He said just as he was feeling a moment of despondency and despair, all of a sudden, he heard a lady in the back of the room, and she began to chant, "Fired up, ready to go. Fired up, ready to go." He said that chant really invigorated him and gave him the strength and the energy that he needed to keep on going. I'm standing before you right now, Clark Atlanta University. And when I walked across that stage and across this platform this morning, yes, I had my swag on. Why? Because I am the president of Clark Atlanta University. And I am fired up, ready to go. And some of you see me when I walk this campus. I go to office because I want to greet you. I want to visit you. I want to inspire you. I want to know what your needs are. And when you see me, one of my brothers saw me walking across the campus over at Morehouse. And Lord, he said, "You look like you own the world." Well, this is Clark Atlanta University. So I'm sorry, when I walk into the room, I don't walk in with my head bowed and hanging low, but I walk in knowing who I am. Because Clark Atlanta University is indeed one exceptional university. We have before us challenges in the new year, but we are going to meet those challenges. To be sure, we will have some changes in the new year. I'm not going to stand before you and say that there won't be any changes, that there's an acknowledgement of the status quo and we are not going to change. No, we have to change. Eric Hoffer said it best. He said, "In times of great change, learners inherit the earth, while the learned inherit a world which no longer exists." So we have to be prepared for change. We have to be prepared for reinvigoration and rejuvenation. No, we can't do things the same way we've always done things. The world is changing. Yes, Dr. Bowles was eminently correct. We have to treat our students with a modicum of respect. No longer is the day when these are 16 and 17-year-old students that we can talk to just like they're nothing and nobody. Some of these folks are just as grown as we are. So we have to respect our students. We have to treat them with respect when we see them on the promenade, when we see them in the financial aid office, when we see them in our advising centers, we have to speak to them and talk to them like they are somebody, because they are somebody. Come on now. It's about customer service in 2020. It's going to be about customer service. It's going to be about treating our students with respect. It's going to be about how we speak to one another and to each other with, come on now, with respect. You know, you see folks who sometimes just kind of talk down on folk. You should never look down on anybody. It doesn't matter if you have a PhD, EDD, JD, whatever, BS, masters. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I didn't mean BS. I meant. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to treat. So, yes, we will have some changes. I want you to look for those changes, because we have to improve ourselves. We have to improve upon our processes. This is the fourth industrial revolution. And yes, we have to look now at innovation and creativity in our curriculum. No, we can't do things the way we've always done things. We have to perpetually change to meet the demands of the fourth industrial revolution. We have to make sure our students are on the cutting edge and ready for the marketplace. Yes, we have to partner, not only with Spelman and Morehouse and Georgia State, but also Georgia Tech and Emory University. We have to have outreach programs and partnerships. And that's what I've been doing all break. I made sure you all were off until yesterday. I made sure you all were arrested. But I made sure to create some partnerships over this break. And we are about to do some amazing things at Clark Atlanta University. We are going to do those things together. We are going to conduct a survey. I'm looking at Harvard University right now. I'm looking at the faculty satisfaction survey, because I want to hear from the brain trust of the institution, which would be faculty. I want to hear from the staff of this institution who is so supportive of the brain trust of this institution. I want to hear from you. That's why I sit and speak with you, and that's why I don't mind coming by your offices and sitting down, because I want to hear what it is that you have to say. Some of you have been here for a long time. And that's a good thing. And you have some great ideas. And I want to hear from you what those ideas are. That's what I'm here for. I'm your leader, and I'm not one who takes this podium and takes this stage and tells you I have it all figured out, because I don't. But give me until Friday and I will. But we're figuring this thing out as we go. And as we embrace these changes, we are going to become a better institution. And yes, Dr. Bowles is eminently correct. The landscape of higher education is moving at a pace that is breakneck. I was just elected to the third term of the SAC COC Board of Trustees. And do you know what that means? What Dr. Bowles said, and she's eminently correct, we are at a negotiation point now where soon it looks like institutions, Dr. Brown, are going to have the option of choosing their own accreditor. That is going to be transformational, and we have to make sure as academicians, though, listen, as academicians, we have to make sure that we study, Dr. Kimbrough, and evaluate the unintended consequences. Because as academicians, when we look back even to the 1960s, when we were fighting for open housing and the right to go to any schools that we wanted to, we didn't realize that there would be unintended consequences that would come along with these actions. That's why when you go to the grocery store in the black neighborhood, you don't see the doctors and the lawyers, because white flight, and we're moving out of the neighborhoods. So our tax bases are deteriorating because the professionals are no longer in the city. Unintended consequences. Unintended consequences when HBCUs have to play football for $50,000 against D1 schools and get beat all up in the beginning of the season because of the unintended consequences of what happened to our sports program, come on now, at HBCUs. Because no PWIs, and I graduated from the University of Louisville, great PWI, great respect for PWIs. But they mean exactly what they say when they talk to African Americans. Yes, we want the best of the best, but not the rest. And that's a problem. So we have to make sure that we meet the needs of our students at Clark Atlanta University. As was said, the only university within the AU Center, Clark Atlanta University. 1865? 1865? 1865. 4 years after the inception of the Civil War, 3 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation, January the 1st, 1863. And then 1865? Do y'all know who we are? Do we understand how bad we are as Clark Atlanta University? So yes, I've come to say thank you. And I'm looking forward to a great and prosperous new year. Yes, we had a good time. For those who were not here, the young folks call it a day party. You might want to call it a reception, but we had a day party here. We had a great time. If you missed it, I bet you won't miss it next time. But I'm looking forward to a great new year. I'm looking forward to speaking to each and every one of you. I said in the memo, I hope that you all are ready to run. We are not walking. We are not jogging. We are running this year. This is our time. This is our year. We are Clark Atlanta University, and we are here to stay because, yes, we are all of that.